All right, Chapter 6 review. We're doing the whole thing. Find the missing term of the table. This is what I like to do. I like to use lin-reg and find an equation for this mess here. And so that's what I'm going to do. Second plus 7, 1, 2. I'm going to use the points that I can. So I'm going to use 1, 6 and 3, 17.5. There's other ways of doing this, but this is the way that I want to do it. So stat edit. 1, enter. 6, enter. 3, enter. 17.5, enter. Okay. Second mode, quits. Stat, go to calc, go to lin-reg, enter. And that's my gross equation. Now I'm going to keep it that way. I know I could write it out better, but y equals 5.75x plus 0.25. My job is to find out what happens when x is 2. So I'm going to use this equation and find y when x is 2. So I'm going to type all that in. 5.75 times 2 plus 0.25, enter, equals 11.75. There's other ways that you could do this. This is just the way that works best for me. So I'm going with that. Objective. Let's say I will be able to demonstrate my knowledge of Chapter 6 for a test. Okay. What I'm going to do is problem 1 and problem 2 are the same. I'm going to do problem 1 right now and give you about 3 minutes to do problem 2. So problem 1 is a mapping diagram. So the mapping diagram, you have your input or your domain over here. I like to use domain, but if you want to use input, you can. Over here I have my range. Okay. I have my domain is, actually let me quick get different colors just because I can. Let's see what I got here. All right, we got purple. So that's the opposite way. -2, 3, -4, and 5. That's my domain. -2, 3, -4, -5. I'm going to write these in order. -4 is the smallest, then -2, then 3, and then 5. My range is 3 and -8 and 6 and -4. -8 is the smallest, then -4, then 3, and then 6. And then I have to map them. -2 goes to 3. -2 goes to 3. 3 goes to -8. -4 goes to 6. And 5 goes to -4. Kind of sloppy, but it works. Is the relation a function? Yes. Here's why. Every member in the domain goes to its own y. Okay, -4 doesn't split up, -2 doesn't split up, 3 doesn't split up, 5 doesn't split up. Every x is used once. Okay? So I'm going to leave that there for a few seconds, and then you're going to do problem 2 completely on your own. over it, we have domain, range. In my domain, I have -4, regular 4, -2, 0, and 0. So I'm going to write out -4, -2, 0, but only write it once, and regular 4. My range is 8, 3, 1, 1, 9. So 1 is the smallest. Write it only once, even though there's 2 of them. 3, 8, and 9. -4 goes to +8. Regular 4 goes to 3. -2 goes to 1. 0 goes to 1. 0 goes to 9. That's our problem right there. This is not a function because 0 is used twice. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 minutes for this one also. Go. All right, domain, input, x values, range, output, y values. -6, 2, -6, 2. I already know what's going to happen. -6, write it only once. 2, write it only once. You have 8, -8, -6, 4. So the smallest of those is -8, then -6, then 4, then regular 8. -6 goes to 8. 2 goes to -8. -6 goes to -6. And 2 goes to 4. Is this a function? No. Because -6 and 2 are used twice. Write each as a function rule. Use appropriate letters. Let me do the even ones with you, and you guys do the odd ones. Can I fit everything there? No. So let me do 4, 6, and 8 with you, and you do the other 4. It looks like. Okay. Okay. Thank you for responding. I'm gonna do Dora with you guys, where I'm gonna ask for a response. Sorry, I had to do that. Some fool walked into the room. I had to pause the video. All right, I'm doing 4, 6, and 8. You're doing the other. Y is 8 plus half of x. Y is y. Is equals. 8 is 8. Plus is plus. Half is half. Of is times. X is x. Y is 8 plus half of x. The output is always y. The input is always x. So the output is y equals. Now this is weird. Less than is very, very, very strange. When you see less than, even though 99 comes first, which is, by the way, the amount of problems Jay-Z has, even though 99 comes first, the input is going to be x. And since it says less than, you switch these guys. So x moves over here, 99 moves over there, and less than means 1. So less than means switch and make it a minus. Okay? Hello, Cameron. Cameron makes $17.50. Per is times, hour is h. Okay? And while we're at it, let's do 10 together. A gym membership is $19.99 plus $9.99 per month. I'm going to use G for gym instead of M because I see month is going to be used over here and I don't want to use M twice. This isn't an M&M situation. Marshall Mathers, or Mars and Mars, I think it is for the chocolate candies. A gym membership is $19.99 plus $9.99 per month. And that's it. 4 problems. I'll give you about 3-4 minutes to do it. right, the output is 16 times the input. Output is y, input is x. The output y is equals 16 times the input is x. Dunzo. Dunzo. Circumference, so I'll use c, is equals, pi is the symbol pi, times is times, invisible times, the diameter, which is d. So pi d. A container has 160 gallons, but loses 2 gallons per hour. So a container has, equals 160 gallons, but loses, take away, 2 gallons per hour. All right, there you have it. And from then on, I can make tables if I want to, plug things into other things. But that's what I got. Next page. Okay, I'll do 11 and 12. You will do 13, 14, and 15. When you are given an x value and you already have your y, all you do is just plug in y to those, or I'm sorry, x to that x value. So I'm going to rewrite the equation. Y equals 2/3 9 minus 10. What I did is I replaced the x with the parentheses and 9 went in there. This is basically saying y equals blah, blah, blah. And by the way, x is 9. So write out blah, 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 but instead of x, make it 9. And do the math. You can throw it in your calculator. 2/3 of 9 is 6. 6 minus 10 is -4. So y equals -4. Okay. Y equals 7 minus x over 10. Oh, by the way, x is 55. Y equals 7 minus, I don't know, over 10. Oh yeah, I don't know, it's 55. 55 divided by 10 is 5.5. And 7 minus 5.5 is 1.5. So y is 1.5. So let that sink in. I will give you a few minutes to do 13, 14, and 15. 13, 14, and 15, I'm sure you got them all right. Y equals negative 2 times I don't know plus I don't know. Each I don't know gets negative 1. So y equals negative 2 times negative 1 is regular 2. But if I add negative 1, that's the same thing as minus or subtracting 1. And last time I checked, 2 minus 1 is 1. Oh boy. Y equals 44x plus 8. Y equals 44, I don't know, plus 8. What's that? I don't know. 0.1. 44 times 0.1 is 4.4. So 4.4 plus 8 is 12.4. Y equals, I don't know, plus 0.06, I don't know, 999. I think I'm going to need a calculator for this one. So I have y equals 9.99 plus, let me see, 0.06 times 9.99 equals 0.5994. 0.5994. Add that to 9.99 and you get 10.5894. 10.5894. 10.5894. Okay. Cool, bro. Dope. Neat. Nifty. Fill in the table for negative 5x plus 10. Y equals negative 5. I don't know, plus 10. Y equals negative 5. I don't know, plus 10. Y equals negative 5. I don't know, plus 10. Y equals negative 5. I don't know, plus 10. I'll do the first one, you do the other three. If I plug in negative 1, I get negative 5 times negative 1, which is regular 5. Regular 5 plus 10 is 15. So I plugged in negative 1, so x is negative 1. I got 15. There you have it. You take 2 minutes and do the rest. Minutes complete. 0. Anything times 0 is 0, plus 10 is 10. 0, 10. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5 plus 10 is regular 5. 1, regular 5. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Negative 10 plus 10 is a big fat 0. Cool. I'm going to be like a witness in contempt and go out of order. I'm actually going to do 18 first, then jump to 17, and then 19. I'm going to do 18. You're going to try 17. You're going to do 19 on the other page. The final cost of t-shirts at the outlet is the price minus 20% of the price. Write an equation for the cost of a t-shirt at the outlet. All right. Cost C equals the price minus 20% of the price. If you don't remember how to turn a percent into a decimal, you take that number, 20, and divide it by 100. Remember, percent means every 100. So you're going to literally take 20 divided by 100 and get 0.2. So when it says minus 20% of the price, you're actually saying 0.2 of the price. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these. You don't have to do it this way, but I have a price and I'm taking away 0.2 of the price. In other words, I have a whole 1 and I'm taking away 0.2 from it. I am left with 0.8 of it. So 1p minus 0.2p is going to be 0.8p. You didn't have to combine it, but I did because why not? So what would the final cost of a $14.99 t-shirt be? Well, the cost is going to be 0.8 times $14.99. 0.8, $14.99, and SpaghettiOs, I get 11.992. Not a big deal, right? Wrong. Have you ever gone to the store and had the cashier say, that'll be $11.99, please? No. You need 2 decimals, and you round wherever you have to round. So 0.992 just becomes 0.99. If it was like 0.996, then you would round up and it would become $12 even, but that's not the case here. And don't be like, well, can't I just say $12 because it's basically $12? No! Every penny counts. Ask the billionaires. Ask the billionaires. All right, you're gonna do 17, and then you're gonna do 19. So do 17 first, take about 2 or 3 minutes. On your mark, get set, go. job. Good job. Membership to a DVD rental website is $7.99 plus $99 per DVD. Membership is $7.99 plus $0.99 per DVD. How does that look? How much money would Johnny spend if he rented 14 DVDs? So membership would cost him $7.99 to join plus 99 cents per DVD. Okay, 0.99 times 14 is $13.86. Okay. Add that to the $7.99, and you end up with $21.85. $21.85. Wow. Just for 14 DVDs, what a steal. On to 19.
Problem 19, a college bookstore charges the retail price of a book plus an additional 25% of the retail price. So, college bookstore charges the retail price of a book plus 25% of the retail price. If you want to combine them, you have one price plus 25% of the price. Remember, 25% is the same exact thing as 25 divided by 100. So 25% is 0.25. So one price plus 0.25 of a price is going to be the same as 1.25 of a price. What would the final cost of that $89.95 book be? Cost is going to be $125 times $89.95.
89.95 times 1.25, enter. You get this wacky number. This is money, so I'm cutting it off here. Since 7 is bigger than 5, I'm going to bump that up to a 4, and I end up getting $112.44. Ugh, colleges, you are the biggest ripoff of ripoffs. Well, that's what happens. Fun fact, I used to have a bass guitar and I had to sell it to buy college books when I was a lad. Not anymore, because you can just steal that from the internet. Oh, the things you learn. All right, problems 20 through 22. I'm in a new location. I'm in the basement of my house, and I'm whipping out this guy. Now, before you scream at me and say, no, sir, that's a different calculator. It's the same calculator. I have a TI-83 Plus. The school uses TI-84 Pluses. It has the same exact buttons. It's just not yellow. So, make a function rule for each. I'm going to use linreg 3 times. So I'll do problem 20. And you can do 21 and 22. So problem 20, stat. See, so far so good. Edit. See, so far so good. 0, -3 is a point. 0, -3. Okay. 1, enter. 2, enter. And then 2, enter. 7, enter. Oop. Okay. Second mode. Stat. Go to calc. Linreg. Y equals ax plus b, where a is 5 and b is -3. So y equals... You know what? I feel a medical condition coming on for some reason, and I can't tell you why. I'm sorry, y equals 5x minus 3. So that's that. So when you do the other two, you know, x is going to be your L1, so make sure, since, you know, when I did stat edit here, I put all my x values 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2 in my L1. Do the same thing here, do the same thing here, okay? I'm going to give you 3 minutes for these two. Welcome back. So let's do these quickly because you should have plenty of time to do them. Let me show more of the calculator if I can. I really can. Second plus 712. Let's do stat, edit. My x values are 5, 7, 9, and 10. So 5, enter. 5, enter. 7, enter. 9, enter. 10, enter. Then go right. We've got 9, enter, 13, enter, 17, enter, 19, enter. Okay. Second mode. Stat, calc. Let's do linreg. And we have y equals 2x plus negative 1, or y equals 2x minus 1. Fine. Second plus 7, 1, 2. Stat, edit, negative 4, enter negative 3, enter negative 2, enter negative 1, enter. Okay. Negative 14, enter negative 17, enter negative 20, enter negative 23, enter. Okay, second mode. Stat, calc, linreg, enter. Oof, y equals negative 3x minus 26. Y equals negative 3x minus 26. Okay. Linreg, linreg, linreg. That's that for that. Let me move that so you can see the answers. Fun. All right, write a function rule, use appropriate letters, find the missing value. So I'll do 23, you do 24, because 24 is designed the same way. You can use linreg again. I'm not going to use linreg. I'm going to do something else. For problem 24, use linreg, I don't care. But I'm just going to do something different. Okay, if you remember, a function is in the form y equals mx plus b. Okay, m is your slope, b is your y-intercept. Whenever the x value is 0, the y value is your y-intercept. So I already know that's b. So half of my problem's done. The other half involves me finding the slope. So the way you find the slope is you do the rise over run, or the y's over the x's. So I'm going to find the pattern for each of these. I'm going to skip out that last row because I don't have a y value, even though I can easily figure it out. For my x values, the way to get from 0 to 1 is add 1. 1 to 2, add 1. 2 to 3, add 1. Okay? To get from 7 to negative 5, add 2. Negative 5 to negative 3, add 2. Negative 3 to negative 1, add 2. So my slope is my y values over the x values, or just in this case 2. My y-intercept is negative 7, so I end up with the equation y equals 2x minus 7. Okay? Use appropriate letters means use appropriate letters. When it comes to input and output, I'm going to keep it as y and x. On the next problem, if these guys are different letters of the alphabet, like, I don't know, cans and numbers of servings, then change it up to C and N. But, you know, we're not quite there yet. I'm okay with that answers for input and output. The last thing I want to do is call this X, call this Y, and have me put an O for Y because it'll look like a 0. That's bad news. Leave it like that. What is the output when the input is 12? All right, well, the output's Y. I'm replacing X with 12. So I have Y equals 2 times 12. And 24 minus 7 is 17. Okay? So I used linreg, or in my case, you know, the hand version of linreg, came up with that equation. If I have to change the letters around, but in this case I'm not going to because I don't want to put an O for y, that's crazy. And once I got my equation, I plugged in 2 for x because the input is 12. I'm sorry, 12 for x because the input's 12. And I got that. All right, you do 24, do Lin Reg for 24, take 2 minutes. All right, so here we are, problem 24. It's giving me C for the input, D for the output. If I were to do Lin Reg really quick, second plus 712, hit stat, hit edit. I have 11, 12, and 14. 11, 12, 14. I have 8, 9, and 11. Never forget. 8, 9, 11. Second mode, stat, calc, Lin Reg, and the equation I get is y equals 1x, or just an x, minus 3. However, normally my x's are over here, my y's are over here. I'm being asked to use appropriate letters. It wants me to use C for my x value and D for my y value. So the equation that I'm going to write out is, instead of y, I'm going to have D. And instead of x, I'm going to have C, and that's my equation. This is asking what the output is when the input is 21. The input is C, so if the input is 21, I'm going to replace C with 21. 9 plus 7. 21 minus 3 is 18. Dunzo. 25, very similar to our warm-up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the numbers that I do have, throw them into Lin Reg, and get an equation. Once I get an equation, I'm going to plug in 3 and see what I get. So, stat, edit, lots of Lin Reg. 1, 2, skip, 4. Okay, my x values are L1. Again, I'm skipping 3 because I don't know what 3 is. Negative 7, 5, 29. Okay, make sure everything matches up, looks good. Second mode, stat, calc, Lin Reg. The equation, oh, what did I do? Oh, I accidentally have a 2 in front of it. Lin Reg is the equation y equals 12x minus 19. In this case, I care what happens when x is 3. So I'm going to type out y equals 12, x is 3, so x becomes 3 minus 19. 12 times 3 minus 19 equals 17. So my missing term is 17 in this case. Okay, so do lin reg on the points that you can do lin reg on, get an equation, plug in the number that you need to plug in to find the number that you need. Okay, take 2 minutes to do 26. "26, second plus 7, 1, 2. I'm going to make lin reg out of those points and then plug in 0, see what happens. Stat, edit, 4 matches up with 12. 8 matches up with 13. 12 matches up with 14. Second mode. Stat, calc, 4, enter. The equation I get is y equals 1/4 x plus 11, 0.25x. I want to plug in 0, which makes life a whole lot easier, because if I take 1/4 of 0, I get a whole lot of nothing. And if I add 11, I get 11. Cool. Describe each as linear or nonlinear. If the graph is linear, find a linear function that matches the graph. All right, well, let's take a look at 27. It's a straight line, which means it's linear. If linear, what is the function that matches the graph? I can do lin reg, but who wants to do that? Remember, equations look like y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. My slope is me picking 2 points. I can rise up 1, 2, run 1. It's a negative slope, so my slope is -2/1, or just -2. So what I have so far is y equals -2x. My y-intercept is the point on the graph where my line crosses the y-axis. In this case, it's 5. Okay. There you have it. I'm just going to do 28 because remember the directions were describe each as linear or nonlinear. If it's linear, find the linear function. Well, that's not linear. And since it's not linear, I don't have to do anything. So problem 29, this is what you're going to do. Problem 29, I'm going to remind you, we'll just do 29 together super quick. Maybe I'll do part 1 and you do the rest. I'm going to type out my equation 2/3. Whenever you're doing 2/3, make it parentheses 2 divided by 3. x minus 7. I need to circle the points that fall on that graph. So if I hit second graph to go to a table, I can find out that 0 immediately matches up with negative 7. So that is a point that falls on the graph. So you can't be. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to find the other points that do. So you're going to type that into your calculator, hit second graph, and find the other points that do. 2 minutes, go. And your 2 minutes are up. So I have my equation in, right? I'm going to hit second graph. I have negative 9, negative 15, so let's go up to negative 9 and see if negative 15 is there. Nope. I have 12, negative 1, so I'm going to go to 12, negative 1. Nope. I have 3, negative 8, 3... Nope. It's almost as if I designed this thing for failure. Oh boy. Negative 21, negative 21, negative 21, negative 21, negative 21 is negative 21. Well, there you have it. So that's it. Your grand finale is a smiley face. Good job, everybody. Watch this 1,000 times. Bye.